Come to stage right now. Put your hands together for Kevin.
Welcome to the Unfunny Kevin Show. I am your host, Kevin Melody. It's Friday, July 11th. How are you? Are you surviving? Have you done all the things you need to do? How are you feeling? Where are you at? Where the fuck are you at? There's a new Clips album out. Shout out Pusha T and Malice. There's fucking ICE is raiding farms. There's something going on, or really nothing going on with Epstein. Don't look, don't care, don't ask, don't tell. All kinds of things are happening in the world, folks. But we want to check in with you and just get a temperature check by calling in to 424-244-9599. The Unfunny Kevin Show hotline. Last month's prompt was great. We're going to do a new one this month, so keep a lookout. We got new sponsors, new listeners, new everything. But if you're back, thank you so much for supporting the show. Let's get started. Hope you had a good 4th of July. Personally, I did a little road trip, which if you know, you've listened to the show for a while, you know I hate driving over like 2 to 3 hours. That's my fucking limit. But California's a beautiful state, and I went out to San Luis Obispo, hung out with my family, and drove down with my wife and my dog. And it was really nice. It was a beautiful weather, was great. Played golf. That was nice. I barbecued with no stress. We'll get into that. That was great. But yeah, road trip. I mean, it's weird. I just think that I just prefer to fly. Specifically, you're going to NorCal. I mean, just like with nothing in any direction. Once you pass, that's why San Luis Obispo is my cutoff. Because once you pass there, it's fucking nothing for a long time, and it sucks ass. And then there's like, you know, the cost, the cost on the car and all the bullshit. It just at some point just get the fucking Southwest or whatever the fuck and fly out to San Francisco. All right. So anyways, yeah, we 4th of July. Hope you guys had a good time. QAnon aunt, QAnon uncle talking about Epstein. All kinds of craziness broke out since we last spoke. But I hope you had a civil barbecue and you did all kinds of nice fun things. We will just get right into it. So I had a great experience barbecuing for the family. We did burgers and hot dogs and shit, and it was really funny after having conversation with my therapist. I was in a good spot, as they say. So didn't get all stressed out. I prepped the grill. Fucking, the grill wasn't clean, and I didn't have my fucking, tools that I like at home, and it didn't matter. Didn't stress me out at all. I as a matter of fact, I asked my wife, I was like, hey, can you help me just prep, just like make some burgers and shit, make patties, just take the ground beef out and fucking make the patties. And she did, and it was perfect, and it was fine, and everything ended up being just as the Lord intended. So, but yeah, I mean, moving right along, we had a good 4th. It was nice, but a bunch of other shit happened. So we need to like dive into this. Literally, I'm looking at this thing. It says Texas flooding live updates, death toll at 121. As the search continues for the missing. Kerr County was hit the hardest with 96 deaths. Folks, there evidently the world completely lost itself after the good old red, white, and blue. Oh my God. At least 121 people are dead from devastating flooding in Texas Hill Country. Kerr County was hit the hardest with 96 deaths, 36 children. Oh my God. Oh my God. President Donald Trump signed a disaster declaration for the county And the Federal Emergency Management Agency is on the ground there. NOAA says an alert went out from the National Weather Service, but it doesn't mean it was heard. Oh my God. 12 states are sending teams. Oh boy. Trump calls for alarms after deadly Texas floods. President Donald Trump expressed support for flood alarms in Texas while also praising the work being done by those responding to the flood disaster in the state. President made the comments in an interview with NBC on Thursday. After having seen this horrible event, I would imagine you'd put up alarms up in some form where alarms would go if they see large amounts of water or whatever it is. Questions swirl surrounding the timeline of who was notified about the flood and if more could have been done. During a news conference, Texas Governor Greg Abbott punted on reporters' questions about emergency notifications. When asked who is to blame, Abbott said, "That is the word choice of losers." Okay. Responding to Abbott's comments, Trump said, "It'd be easy to blame them. I wouldn't blame them." The president continued saying, "I think from the standpoint of the future, you'd have to have some kind of an alarm and a light system." God. All right. Well, this is depressing as fuck. So yeah, I guess the day after, what was it? Was it the day after 4th of July that shit went down? Yeah. I think it was like July 5th. Let's see. Timeline of catastrophic Texas floods. Oh, fuck me. Yeah, Thursday, July 3rd, emergency management posted. Oh my God. That's nuts, bro. That is nuts. I mean, look, folks. Someone was saying on Twitter, this is from the budget cuts and the Doge and the Elon and the Trumpito. And the reality is there's like 4th of July, we lost 36 children, which is nuts. Oh, God. My heart goes out to those fucking families. I mean, it's awful, bro. Any loss of life, particularly innocent life, especially children, is something you need to fucking mourn. But again, you got to be angry, right? You got to be angry. You got to look at your countrymen and your systems and what are we putting money into and how could we better prepare ourselves and yada, yada, yada. There's all these kinds of things. Like once the dust settles, you got to look for answers. It's like after all those kids get mowed down in schools and everybody's like, we got to figure out a solution to this thing, you know? And then in Philly, there was some type of shootout or mass shooting. I don't know. It's like you can't keep up with the carnage in this country. It's insane. Oh, God. All right. Speaking of kids getting the shit end of the stick, shafted, if you will, bombshell report, Newsweek talking about Jeffrey Epstein. So, for those of you folks that are, deaf, dumb, and blind, something weird happened right around 4th of July with this Epstein character, you know? Here's our president following the report that I suppose Mr. Epstein commit suicide in prison and had no clients, and there's no evidence of wrongdoing, although Ghislaine Maxwell is in prison for some reason I'm unaware. Let's see. Sorry, folks. There we go.
Jeffrey Epstein?
Jeffrey Epstein, it left some lingering mysteries. One of the biggest ones is whether he ever worked for a American or foreign intelligence agency. The former labor secretary, who was Miami U.S. attorney, Alex Acosta. He allegedly said that he did work for an intelligence agency. So could you resolve whether or not he did? And also, could you say why there was a minute missing from the jailhouse tape on the night of his death?
Yeah, sure. If I
Now, are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talked about for years. You're asking, we have Texas, we have this, we have all of the things. And are people still talking about this guy, this creep? That is unbelievable. Do you want to waste the time and do you feel like answering?
I don't mind answering.
I mean, I can't believe you're asking a question on Epstein at a time like this where we're having some of the greatest success and also tragedy.
This is fucking nuts, bro. This is nuts. Because let me tell you, the MAGAs are cranky about this. And I can't blame them. Because, see, here's the thing. If you're Q and you've been talking about Pizzagate and blah, 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 Jeffrey Epstein was like mind-blowing. Because it was like, oh my God, some of this shit's actually real. This guy works for the Mossad. He's a fucking, he's got blackmail. I remember where I was when they said it was like I remember where I was when Michael Jackson died. I remember where I was when they were like Epstein offed himself in prison. And I was like, no fucking way. No way. Former Epstein lawyer Alan Dershowitz says he personally has seen the list that Trump claims doesn't exist of individuals in the Epstein case and that it's being deliberately suppressed to protect powerful figures. Okay. Prince Andrew is free to travel abroad as the FBI ends probe into Royals Jeffrey Epstein links. And then there's pictures of him. Yeah, and there's all these people that got fucking unalived. These victims, these survivors of the abuse. Jesus Christ, bro. What a time. What a nice 4th of July. Hey, listen, I want freedom fries. I want a triple cheeseburger. And I want to see that list, motherfucker. Listen, I bleed red, white, and blue. And I'm telling you, Jeffrey Epstein didn't do anything wrong. Trump says it. So be it. Yeah. And then the memes ensued. There were some good memes. The Ghislaine Maxwell ones are good. If there's no clients, why am I in jail? Good cue. And then there's like 9 million pictures of Trump with his boy, the creep, Jeffy Eppy. And there's pics of him with fucking Ghislaine and all that shit. It's fucking creepy, dude. And there's a whole minute missing from that video. I was like, what the fuck is going on, man? Yeah, there was a model who like jumped to her death from her apartment who like flew on the jet. And I mean, yeah, we're not supposed to ask any questions about this fucking, math teacher who, was given $80 bajillion million in a mansion in New York City with a private jet to an island. Like we're not allowed to ask any questions about this. We're now all kooks. Q, me, the Trumpies, all of us. It was nuts. Do you remember when there was like Trump gave out those like books? It was like the Epstein files or whatever. What was in the books then? I mean, it's kind of nuts, bro. This whole fucking thing. The other funny thing is to have the FBI, that fucking Kash Patel, come out and just be like, I've seen the footage. Yeah, I've seen well, there's no footage. Well, I'm going to release some footage. Well, I don't know if you can handle the footage. Well, there's no list. Well, we're working through papers. Pam Blondie, whatever the fuck. These people, they make me sick. What the real fireworks of 4th of July, folks, are this news. So President Trump's facing major backlash from his base over his response to reporters' questions about Jeffy Epp. During a cabinet meeting on Tuesday, a reporter questioned Attorney General Pam Bondi about Epstein. As she began to reply, Trumpito interrupted and said, "Are you still talking about Epstein?" Oh, that's the clip we watched. Oh, boy. Yeah, early in the week, DOJ and FBI announced the results of a joint investigation relating to Jeffy Epp, concluding that the convicted sex offender died by suicide in jail while awaiting... Hey, here's a question. Why did he kill himself if he didn't do anything wrong? Oh, man. I love it. People are like, you're a fucking conspiracy theorist, brother. Trump's on the up and up. Oh, boy. Well, isn't this fun? We're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be back with more Jeffy Epp. I'm just kidding. Folks, we have a new sponsor, and boy, oh boy, am I excited to talk about them. Folks, listen, I have a King Coil product. It's a beautiful frame that lifts. It does zero gravity. It's a great frame for my mattress. But we're not talking about a traditional King Coil here. We're talking about King Coil airbeds, folks. Listen, most of my listeners are struggling. I'm sure you are. And you're hit by the economy. You're hit by ice. And you're sleeping in an alley. Well, listen, King Coil, for a limited time, has these beautiful air mattresses. Beautiful. They are luxe. They are premium. Some of them have a built-in pump. It's good to sleep on, man. I'm Sleepy Joe. King Coil Mattress Co., folks. Go to kingcoilairbeds.com right now. 2025 New York Times wire cutter pick. These King Coil mattresses don't fuck around. Now, what's the number one airbed? King Coil. KINGKOIL. AIRBEDS.com to take a little nappy. Why? Fast inflation, doesn't sink overnight, enhanced coil technology for firm support, and it has fully flocked sides and top. Pause. 100% satisfaction guarantee. It is the best-selling air mattress. If you just want to blow one up for a guest, then you gotta use the code UNFUNNYKEVIN 10. Go ahead and grab $10 off your next King Coil airbed order today, and you can put that on top of the sale. Head to the website in the bio, sign up, subscribe, do all the good things, and use the code, and go ahead and get your discount, brother. Thank you. We've got another new sponsor to the Unfunny Kevin Show, folks. Listen, you have a car, hopefully, or you're living in a car, whatever's going on, living in a van down by the river. And your car has needs, but what do? You go to AutoZone. At AutoZone, you don't even get a discount. Not like the listeners of this show, folks. Oedro.com, OEDRO.com, official sponsors of the Unfunny Kevin Show. Folks, if you need exterior, interior, suspension and steering, engine, lighting, fork-mounted items for your vehicle, look no further than Oedro. They have a vast selection of options for you to choose from. And right now, for a limited time, folks, use the code UnfunnyKevin20. That's UnfunnyKevin20, folks. You get 20% off site-wide. Yeah, this is a exclusive to listeners of this show. And I know we have listeners that, have automobiles and such. So please enjoy. Use the code, link in the bio. Thank you, Oedro, for supporting the Unfunny Kevin Show. It's everyone's favorite jeweler, the Honorable Mr. Xi Jinping. Mr. Xi? Yes. Do you mind telling us what's going on? Well, we have peacock stone bracelets out the ass. Thank you, G. And what are you doing with them? We're letting it fly. Over at shinningyou.com, folks, I am not shinning you. Right now, there's double circle jade. There's pearl bracelets, handmade bracelets, earrings, necklaces. They are not shinning you right now. But the deal is you want to grab your jewelry early. You want to get it in because there's an exclusive code, folks. For you listeners of the Unfunny Kevin Show, you can get 15% off. That's right, folks. We're talking 15% off. Using the code UnfunnyKevin 15%. That's UNFUNNYKEVIN 15%. Right now at ShinningYou.com. And remember the tag, Jade shining like stars, mysterious and dreamlike, amidst the interweaving of light and shadow, quietly emanating a charming charm. Go to ShinningYou.com, ShinningYou.com now for your jewelry needs. Thank you. All right. Trumpy is back in the fold. Epstein's innocent. Diddy's free. America is celebrating. I don't know. Do you guys like fireworks? My dad told me fireworks are for retards. So that kind of ended my curiosity. He was like, his friend blew up his hand with like a pipe bomb or something. And when I was little, I remember my dad was like, yeah, you know, fireworks, they're like, you know, they're for retards. You don't do that. Like, I never had that childlike curiosity for a firework. You know, he was just like, yeah, it's fucking dumb. Like, to see, you know, but except you could watch professional fireworks. That was acceptable for some reason. But he meant like homemade. Maybe it was a way to make me not. I don't know. You know, it's all. Everyone's parents do something to them. All right, folks. People have been sending me nonstop shit about this toy. And evidently, we've never talked about it. And there's so much going on with it. So we're going to talk about the Labubus. Labubu. Listen, you're not getting healthcare, but you'll get a Labubu. Everyone gets one. And it's gold. It's gold. Markers of a unhealthy society, or maybe a healthy one, I don't know, is this fixation on this small where the wild things are or something fucking looking creature. I had heard about this vaguely. I think my sister or my wife or something was like, oh yeah, these people are in line for a Labubu. I was just happy to see people lined up, frankly. You know, for something that I don't know, is commerce. It's not AI. I don't know. I got excited. Now, somebody sent me this Labubu origin thing. So let's take a look at what the fuck this.
Just outside the Pop Mart store on Michigan Avenue, this is what was happening this morning. They were all trying to get their hands on the latest edition of Labubu.
The what?
Yeah, you heard me. It is a collectible toy that has sparked buying frenzies all over the world.
Dude, these things are so fucking odd.
Look at that. 200 of them went on sale at 10 a.m. They were sold out in seconds. They cost $22.
Bro, people are lined up for this thing like the iPhone. Back in the day, they used to line up for the fucking iPhone. It was like through the entire mall.
The toothy, fluffy figurines are inspired by Nordic folklore.
All right.
Nordic folklore. You know what that means. That's why people are saying, okay, here's the
you know what actually has a dark side though? That's really popular right now? What? Labubus.
Oh, I heard.
Yeah.
I love when these two Asian kids talk. I've seen these guys. Jumpers Jump. Is that what it's called? These guys show up all the time. They like, did you know that like Bart Simpson is actually like, he's actually a girl. Like it's, oh, interesting.
Yes,
Demonic?
they're kind of demonic. I think it all started because one girl, she saw like a Labubu at a vintage store and then it was surrounded by all these candles and she decided to take it home.
Is Labubu a CIA psyop? Is this the new? I don't know.
And then she's telling like her TikTok live, yo, I think these things actually carry like demonic spirits just because as soon as I placed it in my car, I almost got into car.
God, I love the obsession with demons in this country. My goodness.
accident, and I kept
But our real demons walk free.
getting sick.
Following day, my chest starts hurting, but I was like, it's whatever. Well, today I'm on my way to the gym and I'm driving, and all of a sudden the light turns yellow and then it turns red really fast, and I was able to slam my brakes on time so I didn't hit the person in front of me. But I was looking at my rearview mirror. I see them coming and I'm like, in split second.
This girl literally looks like she has a hole in her brain.
So I'm like, they're gonna hit me, and they did. They hit me.
But it was also
Like, I got a Labubu, and like an hour later, I had a boo-boo, fool.
at a thrift store, so maybe that impacted it too.
Yeah, the thrift store, this fucking Filipino kid. Yeah, so maybe the thrift store, like, someone died and hopped in it.
Yeah, because what if there's energy put onto it?
Oh my God, energy. Jesus Christ. There is an epidemic in this country. It's honestly been around since I was, anyway.
Yeah, but I found out that the guy was influenced from like Nordic folklore. The play that he got it from is called The Little Monsters.
Oh,
And
so
the
it's based on real
Yes.
stories.
Yeah, fucking. You know, some of you that listen are too young to remember the good old 90s and even the 80s, predating myself. Okay, folks, listen. America has this thing, and it's very funny that when something comes out, like J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter, there's a group of angry white Christians that clutch their pearls. Think about Mike Pence, you know? When Harry Potter comes out, he's like, I don't know, the witchcraft and the Bible and the demons. And you're like, okay, whatever. At one point, Dungeons and Dragons, which is literally a game for people that are sexless and genderless and have no arms or legs, and they play with their mouth. It is a game that is so not satanic. It's so undemonic. It is a game that exudes unfuckableness. It is the most boring thing you've ever pictured, bro. I mean, kids today with the no attention spans, could you imagine putting them into a Dungeons and Dragons marathon? They would prefer Satanism and perhaps unaliving themselves than sitting down and playing Dungeons and Dragons. There were people that in the 90s were saying Pokemon is from the devil. Okay? They said Beanie Babies and Labubus and He-Man. I remember this whole thing. He-Man is the devil. Okay? The Beatles were the devil. I don't know. Rock music is from the devil. Everything. You can't. As a country, maybe this is what we need. I don't know. Maybe this is what we need. But as a country, I mean, following mass murders, floods, fucking child sex trafficking, CIA, Mossad ops. Maybe we maybe the thing that'll bring everyone together, like it's the 90s, these Labubus. Maybe these are the answer. I don't know. I just don't know. To me, it's absolutely insane to fixate on, you know, are these things evil or not evil? I just... Okay, there's one more clip, I guess, pertaining to Labubus here. All right, let's see. All right. Oh, Labubu. Yeah. This is Lizzo dancing with a guy dressed up as a Labubu. She's twerking. All right. Maybe it is satanic. I don't know. Oh, guys, gals, do we have a chance as a nation if, I don't know. I'm voting for the next president could be a Labubu. How about Lizzo and Labubu run? I'll vote for that ticket. I think we're ready for it. I don't know. I'm worried about Mom Donnie. Don't worry about Mom Donnie. Worry about Labubu. The devil's creeping in. All right, 424-244-9599 is the hotline, folks. Call in, leave a voicemail, text us. You got to vote on this month's prompt, and we're late in the month, so I got to get this shit out on Instagram. Was slacking with that 4th of July shit, but I'm thinking we got to do a couple things. I got a vacation coming up in August, so I thought a funny one could be, what is your fucking worst vacation story? Worst. Or we could do, what's your most like controversial food opinion? Like fucking jail-worthy food opinion. Or like a guilty pleasure. Maybe you love fucking Long John Silver's dessert. Something like that. We'll have you choose, and then I gotta have you call in. But listen, I love you guys. Stay positive here. We're all here to laugh. We are working on the set, which is going to be exciting. We will have video up very soon. Like, I'm talking when I get back from vacation. So really excited about that. Thank you guys for listening every week. I really, from the bottom of my heart, appreciate it. Email TheUnfunnyKevinShow@gmail.com. UnfunnyKev on Instagram. We are on the TikToks and the Unfunny, all the stuff. UnfunnyKevin.com. For the audio, please rate, subscribe, support the show via 5 stars and a review. All right, guys, have a great week, and I'll talk to you next Friday.